Down spy balloon, part of a worldwide Chinese surveillance fleet, US officials say. So it's not just like one or two balloons, it's an entire fleet of balloons. The Pentagon said the balloon was part of a large surveillance program that China has conducted for several years. Like, it's not even like something new, they've been doing it for years. Um, Chinese spy balloons, like the one the US shot down, are part of a vast fleet that conducted surveillance on at least five continents for several years, according to the US government. Similar balloons floated around the US on four occasions since 2017, though the US did not immediately identify them as Chinese surveillance tools. They probably just thought they were like weather balloons or something like that. Subsequent intelligence analysis has since allowed the US to confirm that they are part of spying efforts by Beijing, said the Pentagon spokesperson, obviously Antony Blinken himself. Um, so Washington's begun briefing other countries about the findings, as the US was not the only target. Apparently, there's a broader program of spying, and they've spied on other countries apart from the US. I mean, I've never seen a weather balloon. I'm from the UK. I've not seen anything like that. But I guess if it's a spy balloon, you're not going to see it maybe with your naked eye. A massive white balloon, obviously you've seen the pictures already, outfitted with sophisticated technology, travelled from Canada into the US, flying over the northwest and the southeast, hovering above sensitive military installations along the way before being shot down by the US military in the Atlantic Ocean. See, the thing is, it's a weather balloon, so I don't. Can you actually control the path, or is it just being blown by the wind? Like, do they have to predict, right, okay, the wind's perfect. If we release this balloon right now, it's going to float all the way down America. Like, how do they even control this thing? Is it just anonymous? I don't know. It's really crazy, though, isn't it? Like, why are you using a balloon? Kind of clever, because people just think it's a weather balloon. Um, so just so obviously you're aware, but the two F-22 Raptors from the First Fighter Wing take off from Langley Air Force Base to intercept the balloon over the Atlantic, which they did, and they shot it down successfully. The balloon is the latest incident to highlight China's efforts around the world and has exacerbated tensions between Beijing and Washington. So we'll keep an eye on where that's going to go. This is quite interesting, I think. Jens Stoltenberg, NATO Secretary General, saying expressed concern about China's activities, saying the balloon underscored the balloon underscored the necessity for alliance countries to band together and protect themselves. The thing is, though, I mean, obviously, I am totally on side with NATO because I am with NATO, but the US spy on countries all the time. You know, we spy on other countries. We have satellites. Satellites can do all that stuff. So I suppose China are really doing the same thing, but just without satellites. There's nothing new with spying on another country with a balloon. You need to keep a track on what other countries are doing. That's called defense. The Chinese balloon over the United States confirms a pattern of Chinese behaviour where we see that China over the last years has invested in new military capabilities, he said. Or have they downgraded? I mean, they're not using satellites, they're using balloons. We've also seen increased Chinese intelligence activities in Europe. They use satellites, they use cyber, and as we've seen over the United States, also balloons. So we, you got to be vigilant. Balloons have reportedly been spotted before floating above America. Military sites include Texas. They've been spotted in Florida, Hawaii, Virginia, California, and Guam, where the US has Navy and Air Force bases and stations its aircraft carriers. So they're keeping an eye on military stuff, which is normal. Other countries do that. They like to spy on other countries. America spy on China. We like to see what people are doing. We like to see if they're building up their armies. Beijing, obviously, they've been blasted for the US for. Beijing's blasted the US for hyping the situation up, and the whole China threat, and continues to state that the balloon was a civilian meteorological research airship. But the thing is, so what I was thinking is, US Marines have captured this balloon. So surely when they drag it out of the water, they'll be able to look at what was inside it, look at the equipment, and they'll be able to go, right, this was just a weather balloon. Sorry, our mistake. Put your hands up. Or they'll look at the equipment inside and go, yeah, weather balloons don't need this stuff. This is surveillance equipment. This is technology this is spying technology. So on Thursday, Thursday just gone, state media went as far as to ridicule the US, saying that China's balloon had cutting edge technologies that America had yet to master. I don't know. I didn't see that article, to be honest. But apparently that's what they were saying. What kind of technologies could that be? and the scale of this balloon as well. So in the news it said the balloon was like 2 stories, like 2 stories high or something. I mean, in the pictures it doesn't look that big, but that's a pretty massive balloon. Spy balloons are old technology that can gather much of the same information as satellites, though they have the advantage of being able to linger over one spot for a longer period of time. Satellites, on the other hand, have less time to capture images as the Earth rotates, which is true, but I'm pretty sure do satellites have... They can probably get the same cameras in a balloon than they can in a satellite, so... in the last few years, similar balloons have been spotted as well as in Japan and Taiwan. Earlier this week, China confirmed a second balloon seen over the South America was theirs. So China said, "Yeah, look, this is our balloon as well," and apologised to the Costa Rican government, though again stressed that it was merely a civilian vessel. So I mean, it's one of those we don't know. Only the US will know because they've got the balloon on their ship. So whatever's inside the balloon will let us know whether it's a spy balloon or not, but they've not said anything. They've just kept quiet about what it was. So it might have just been a weather balloon. Maybe. We don't know. But if it was a spy balloon, then, why would China lie about it? China could just say, well, yeah, it was a spy balloon. This is what we do. We gather intelligence about each other, put it to bed. You know what I mean? Be grown up about it. So yeah, that's a little bit of news about the balloon. Again, anything that I find interesting, just kind of throw a little video about it together, put it on YouTube, see if you guys like it as well. It's Chinese spy balloons, amazing. Thanks for watching, and I keep my eyes on the news, see if there's anything else interesting happening out there. One thing I don't want to cover on this channel though is I don't want to cover the Ukraine news. There's plenty of channels doing that, and I am really interested in it, and I watch them videos all the time myself, but it's not something that I want to cover. I'm going to leave that for other people to do. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm keeping an eye on HMS Elizabeth. That's in Scotland right now, doing stuff. HMS Portland, I've been keeping an eye on with all its 6 soldiers, and keep an eye on the ships. I know that there is some news coming up about the Russian aircraft carrier Koznikov, I think it's called, which is about to come out of dry dock next week for the first time. And it's a heavy cruiser aircraft carrier, so that might be some interesting news going. That can carry KA-52 helicopters, I think they're called. I need to check, and Su-33s, I think they are, but I could be wrong with both of those helicopter names. But if you know anything about the Koznikov heavy cruiser carrier, then let me know in the comments, and see you next time.